Hello and welcome to Tradecraft Simplified. So this is called the Open Range Breakout Strategy, and I found this one time on a YouTube video, and I thought it would be interesting to write a script to automate this and see how it's going to perform in the long term. Welcome to the coding section, and we're going to be deleting this and starting from scratch the indicator. I'll call this an intermediate level indicator, so not completely beginner friendly, but I'll try my best to go through everything as much as possible. One of the things we need first is the inputs, and I'm just going to put the inputs we need here. We need the inputs of the start hour because stocks open at a particular time, usually 9:30 in the morning. I'm putting an hour because if by 11 a.m. there's no trade yet, then forget about it because we don't have much time again to trade. The next is this other input, and the number of bars, the first X bar, right? So it's going to be the first 5 bars or the first 6 bars. I put 6, then is what I'm trying to use to get the engulfing bar. I want a good strong long bar as my engulfing bar. I also need the bar SMA because I want to know, as compared to the past 20 bars, how big is this bar. So I need this SMA. I also need the ratio because it should be a good bar with body, not just wicks. These are just settings to filter out the bars. I have this filters section also. The zone extension, if you want to extend the zone or not. The multiplier for the zone. If you want to trade with trend or not. Because I like trading with the 20 SMA as a filter for most of my indicators. And the capture zone alt, capture if it just only touches the zone without breaking it. For the rewards, we have this, the ATR multiplier, mostly 2, and for the risk to reward 2.5. So you can adjust all these settings later on. So most times I like to use something called a state. And that will maintain one source of truth, and that is my state. So I check my state and see, okay, this is what the state is. Then I react to it. So I can add to the state, manipulate the state, and use the state as the source of truth for what I need. So for that, I usually create something like this, a type. This is like a class in JavaScript or Java for holding your data and the state. TradingView does not have a class. This is more like what you can use as a class to hold your data. Next is I want to create the state itself, which is a var trade state. Initially, it's set to any. Now, I need some little variables. So we want to see if the candle is a bear candle or if it's a bullish candle. A bear candle is the red, a bullish candle is the green. And we want to check the bar body. That will be used for later, the bar total height and so on. And let's calculate the average candle body size. So we're checking the past 20 candles and checking the average size of those candles. This is going to let us determine if our candle is actually a bigger candle than the past 20 candles. Also, the SMA 20 and SMA 200, very straightforward if you have seen my other videos. Then we want to start checking the timestamps. So the timestamp is okay, 9:30, and the end stamp is 11 a.m. Then we want to check if market is within range. Time is greater than the timestamp and less than the end stamp. Then what we want to do is reset and create a new state every single day. Every new day, we have to start all over again. Then we are creating an entirely brand new trade state. Then we also want to check the highest of 5 and the lowest of 5. Then we say that the acceptable trade retest zone is between this highest of 5 and the lowest of 5 times the extension multiplier. If the state has the day buy index, right, which is initialized when we create a new trade state. It uses the bar index immediately. We start over here. We put the index of the bar in the state. Then we are saying that if the current bar index that we are now is equal to the index plus the number of bars that we need, which is 5 or 6, we can now draw the line. Pardon me if I'm repeating my words. I just want to be clear to everybody. We want to have extension zones, set our extension zones to be the highest spot 5 plus the acceptable retest zone. Same with the extension zone low. Also, we want to create those lines. Now is where we draw the lines. So we're drawing the line from the current bar index till the, we're just adding 60 more bars to it. So it's long enough. So after drawing the line, we want to create a box, the blue box that we saw before, from the highest to the lowest. Then we want to also look for the extension, the bar for the extension, but we only do it if we allow extension. Then after we've done that, then we want to set our state. Remember, the state is the single source of truth. We are sending the long zone, the highest of 5, the short zone to the lowest of 5, the extension to the extension I, and so on and so forth. So this is where the state is being set. So you can say initialize zone, trading zone, whatever. So we want to also have some functions to know if we have touched the zone or not. So it's touching zone, this is it, the I extension, and low extension. The next, add to chart. All right. Now we have these zones initialized, and if we put on the extension, we can see this extension. Then we can see also the extended zone. Technically, this line is not needed. So let's move on. If price, right, moves above the long zone, then we have broken the zone. When we move above this long, this I zone, it is broken, right? Then if it comes back, it's retest. Then when we continue, it is continuation. So that is for checking the long zone broken, and we also check also for the short zone broken. Let's check if one zone is broken, any zone. When the long zone is broken, or the short zone is broken, or the extended long zone, if any of these is broken, we say a zone is broken. And let's check for the back in the zone, which is retest into the zone. Then after that, we want to go for the extended zones. So same thing, if the low is, if it is greater than the extended long zone, then the long zone also is broken. So let's do the same for the extended short zone. Then the next is retest. It's all similar. If the short zone is broken, then it goes back into it, it's retested. If the long zone is broken, similar to the extended zone, if it goes out, then retest. It's all retested. The interesting thing is now, after we retest the zone, it should not go far as crossing the other zone. Then the trade is disabled for the day because we don't know what's going on anymore. Let's do another thing, right? The normal trend stuff. If it's a long trend, then the fast SMA is bigger than the small SMA. This is just a normal trend, SMA trend filter. Now let's check the bars themselves. How do we know that a bar is long? Because we want to enter only if the bar is actually long. So whatever the average candle is, we want to multiply by the long bar factor. It could be 2. The bar is 2 times longer than the average candle. The same thing with the surging bar valid ratio. We want to check the bar body, then you check the I. We're calculating the ratio. If you get, let's see, the body is 70 and the height is 100. Times 100 is 70 over 100, which should be greater than the body ratio we state here. Now let's seek for bullish engulfing candle or the bearish engulfing. If the buy is bullish and it is long and it is surging, we also want to check topping tail. This is just the formula for calculating if you have a top tail or a bottom tail. We just check the ratio of the body to the height, then we compare it with the Twitter ratio that we set over here. The next step is to also do the bearish engulfing, which we can just put the same here. Then we start looking for our longs and the shorts. So the long and the short is all false, and we want to also have these three functions. The first function is to check if we are in the long entry zone. The second is if we're in the short entry zone. So let's check the trading conditions are met. Is when the market is within time range and we are not traded for the day and trade is not disabled. We are getting everything from the state. Then the trading condition is met. We also want to know if it is tailed, which is simple, top tail, bottom tail. So for the long and the short, if the trading condition is met, which is all this, and we have a bullish or a tailed bar, and we are in long entry zone, and we are considered for a long trend, then we set our long to true. Now we are traded for the day. Remember that the condition is that we are not traded for the day. So which means immediately we are traded for the day, just put it to true, and we are not going to get another trade until the next day. So one trade per day. So the same thing for the trading condition for the short. Let's calculate our stop loss and our take profit here. So the stop loss is, as usual, we are using the ATR of 14. The risk size is the ATR and ATR multiplier. Stop loss is just the close minus the risk, and the short is close plus risk, and profit is the risk times the reward. And this is how I calculate it. Then we want to do our plots. The plot is going to also be shapes. So we plot this shape for long and we plot this shape for short. I think this should move a bit downwards. Let's put it here. If we are in the short and the short type is the bearish engulfing candle, we just want to put a BE or a TT. A BE is bullish engulfing, a TT is a topping tail, just for us to see what kind of bar we are having. We're also plotting the SMEs, right? Simple. This is one signal here, all right? So we can see we have a BE, which is a bullish engulfing, right? So it just tells us we have a bullish engulfing candle. So we move above the zone, we came back into the zone, then we have a bullish engulfing shooting out of the zone for a continuation trend. And technically we are done for the indicator, but as usual, we want to convert it into a strategy so we can see what we're going to have immediately. We have just a few lines of code for that. We need to put our trading strategy here. Strategy. So follows the same standard. If you're in trade, then the open trades will be more than 0. Enter the trade. We exit with the stop loss, and we limit, which is take profit, with our take profit, which already set. You already set here. The same thing with the short condition. The last thing is to change this from indicator to strategy. Okay, so as usual, this is the indicator. You can easily you can easily just go through it, check out the settings, filter by the SMA, filter by whatever you want to do. See if it aligns with your trading style or strategy. Change the time frame, change whatever you want, edit whatever you want to do. And yeah, this is all I have. And as usual, please subscribe, like, comment. Tell me what you want to see maybe in the future. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. Cheers. Bye.